Hello everybody, PlanetWalls and Becky here for not a daily challenge right now. We are just having a regular adventure. I am just going to try and gold maximize and increase my highest score because for some reason, Spelunky does not calculate daily challenges in your regular high score. So I have a shockingly low high score compared to my daily challenge scores. We will play as this gentleman.
What happened to Meat Boy?
I don't like Meat Boy.
Why?
He looks weird.
Do they do different things?
No, they're all the same. None of them have any superpowers.
I like Meat Boy because he looks weird.
I'll be Meat Boy next time.
Okay.
So there are two things on the docket today. The first one is Maybelline, and the second thing is the brain game. Oh, hang on. My sock almost just fell off my foot.
Both of those actually bore me, even though one is closer to probably my knowledge base.
Which one? Meat Boy?
Yeah.
No, you mean Maybelline?
Or, yeah, Maybelline, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. Well, why does Maybelline bore you? Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Oh, fuck. Anyway.
I got news for you. No one's born with it.
No one is born with eyelashes?
There are vindictive people out there in the world that pose like, I don't know how to say it. They pose pictures of celebrities without makeup.
Yeah, and it's hilarious.
In order to show, essentially, like, how shitty that they look overall.
Becky's theory is that celebrities are, in general, no more attractive than us regulars, than we regulars.
No, it's actually more highly specific.
It's more highly specific.
It's more, yeah. That's not redundant, right?
No.
I tend to think this isn't true when I go to different... This is going to sound so bad.
I can't wait.
Okay, it's not true when I go to other areas of the country, but in particular cities, and in particular college towns, and in particular, like, this college
So we're talking about young, wealthy people who are perfectionists.
I swear to God, they are some of the most attractive people I've ever seen. Not really because, like... You know, I mean, their spaces are all symmetrical and they look normal, like in ordinary terms. But I bet you, like if they got all dolled up like a celebrity would, they would probably be red carpet material.
God, like that makes it sound like you're judging a fine horse.
No,
like a palomino.
Well, I know.
She's red carpet material.
No, I'm just...
Send her out there.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, if you see these celebrities without any makeup, they don't really look that... They're just like, oh yeah, they're pretty average. Like, they're cute. You know what I mean? But they're not
normally feel that way, but fine.
They're normally, like, really distinctive figures, right? That, like, I don't know, set some celebrities apart versus others. But, like, when they don't wear makeup, you're just kind of like, yeah, they're pretty attractive. I'm just telling you, like, I tend to not buy into the, like, top... I don't know. I don't know how to put this.
You don't buy into the top model?
No,
America's Next Top Model?
No, I just don't, I don't know, agree that, like, celebrities are the most gorgeous people
You don't
ever.
think they should be rated on, like, a different 0 through 10 scale?
Yeah, than ordinary...
That's traditionally how I've thought about it. I'm like...
Than ordinary people.
I'm like, yeah... I give, like, her a 9 on the regular person scale, but, like, a 5 on the celebrity scale.
Yeah,
that's just an example.
Like,
that's just, you know.
Yeah, I just don't think that makes a lot of sense to me. Like,
Oh my god.
it doesn't...
That was bad. I got snaked!
Anyway, it doesn't, I don't think it works in that way. I don't know how to describe it.
It sounds like you do know how to describe it.
But,
Seems like it... Oh, man, you know, I forgot to get the idol on the last one.
Oh.
It's not that big of a deal, but it definitely sucks.
High score.
No, it's okay. We're only 5,000 short on the high score than we could have been. It's not much.
Okay.
The idols in the mines suck pretty hard.
Okay. Obviously, as you all know, I'm clueless about how to play Spelunky.
Yeah, that was that head that when we did the blindfold episode, she goes, there's a gold thing. And I whipped it, and then a rock came, and you go, what happened? Oh my god, why am I not ghosting these?
It is gold.
That's stupid. I should be ghosting these.
I just didn't realize that you were hanging on ledges. I thought it was just the fact that you weren't jumping
Yeah.
down. Like, I was like, why won't you just fall down? I didn't understand the mechanics or even the physics of the game. This isn't to say that I wasn't clueless, as one of you remarked. I think it was Connor.
How did that get...
Becky's clueless.
Connor's like, LOL, Becky's so clueless. I just talk, whenever I pretend to be Connor, which is with some frequency, I just always assume he's like a child.
Right.
Sorry, Connor, I know you said you're 13, but in my adult brain, 13 might as well be like nothing at all.
What?
When I was your age, Y2K was happening. And you know what was happening? Nothing.
I remember babysitting on Y2K.
Really?
Yeah.
I just almost left that there.
Parents were like, hey, it's, New Year's Eve, blah, 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 blah.
You babysat?
Yeah. If anything happens, then I guess,
Just wake us up in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, like, really, it was like nothing. And it wasn't really even, like, nothing happened.
Nothing happened at all. Like, some computers, for those of you too young to remember Y2... No! Oh god! No! All the Spideys!
Get out of there, then.
I fucked up. Now it's gonna be really hard to get the Kapala.
Oh.
AJ did a shitty.
Okay.
That's not a word I've ever used before, but...
If you don't know what Y2K is, look it up on Wikipedia. I can't imagine that you have viewers that are younger than...
Younger than...
I don't know.
Than Generation Y2K?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if they were like 6 or something, or 3... Surely you don't have...
Like 6 or 3?
Connor, if you're really 13.
Connor's really like a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's like, my name's Connor O'Sullivan. I live in Boston. I mean, that could happen. That could be the case.
Could be. Could be. I'm 13.
That's what I would tell people too.
I know, right? Right, exactly.
I would totally do that.
But I like pretending that you do have a 13-year-old that actually listens to this and that we're ruining his life.
Yeah.
Because we're teaching him how to
Teaching
swear like a sailor.
And about ilk literacy.
Oh my god.
About...
I can't believe we talked about that. Anyway, yeah.
Really? It's not like the word penis is a bad thing. Anyway.
No, they use it in sex ed all the time.
Right.
But
they don't use the word cliteracy? God, it's such a stupid portmanteau.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I can't believe we're not going to get the Capella now. That's my new
anyway,
way of talking about the Capella.
I think... Wait. We never rounded out the conversation.
Wait, Brain Game one or the Maybelline one?
The Maybelline one. One thing that still haunts me is, like, why is it the case that, like...
Still haunts me to this day is the eldritch horror behind it.
Upper middle class people getting into elite universities that somehow, shockingly, all look pretty attractive on your, like, ordinary 1 to 10 scale.
Yeah.
And it's not just because they're young. Like, they just really are.
Well, they are young.
Well, they are young, but I mean, it's not that alone. And like, I guess there is something to be said for the fact that, like,
you would think everybody around here was a big fat nerd, but they're not.
No, there's something to be said for the fact that, like, successful people get together and breed beautiful, successful children.
Yeah, there's something to be said for it. It happens.
I know, like, I'm sure there's sociological experiments about that, right?
Almost assuredly.
So, that's interesting and fun. But, right. So, right. But that is a phenomenon that is, I've noticed.
Folks, we're not gonna kill that thing yet.
I think as I walk closer and closer to our university, like, I just become more and more...
Right.
Like, it's just like the scale goes up. And
yeah.
I'm like, wow.
No, that's definitely true.
It's so true. Because we live, like, a mile away. But,
sorry, I haven't been talking because of the stresses associated... Machete. That is useless.
I don't think there's anything else to say about Maybelline except for it's a mega brand.
Well, there's plenty to say about it. So you had me go get Maybelline today.
Oh, you were going to Target.
I'm not saying that was silly.
You didn't go get Maybelline. That's the brand.
Yeah, I did get Maybelline.
You went to go get a mascara.
Yeah, and I got it.
Uh-huh.
So what's your problem? You don't think I did a good enough job?
No, you did a fine job.
Are you saying you don't think I did a very good job?
No, I don't understand why we're still talking about it. It's all that happened.
Oh my god, how did he end up above me? Woo! Okay.
I saw why. He jumped above me.
Holy fuck. Fuckity-doo. Get down here. Did the ghost actually hit that shit? Because if he didn't, I'll be a sad panda.
He got it.
Okay. I might as well hit this now. Why not? Oh my god, he's over here?
Who?
The man.
What, the shopkeeper?
Yes. I like... you figured out who it was. You're like, who? I was like, the man.
Well,
you knew who the man was.
Because I'm clueless.
You're not really clueless. You're pretty good. He's back over here now? What the fuck? Ah!
You're only saying that because I'm your wife. Connor's right. I'm clueless. At least when it comes to this game.
You're like, use that ladder. You were referring to like something in the background,
well,
like that piece of junk.
It looks like it. It looks like a ladder.
I understand that. That kind of makes sense.
Look at that. That's like a boarded up.
You're like, look, go in there. Is that a door?
You can't even to your like right below AJ. That actually looks like something you could like go into. I mean, granted, it's not necessarily the case, but it doesn't matter. Look, the door even looks like it's part of the background. Okay?
Oh. God damn it. You get over here. Okay, that problem is taken care of, but that really wasn't what we were worried about. We're worried about the fact that there's a ghost and a man guarding all the gems that we just ghosted.
You really want those?
Yeah, I really want those. We're fucking score maximizing here. We're fucking score idiotizing here, because I'm an idiot.
Do you want to know what I want in life?
No?
I want my husband to be like, I don't want to be a comedian. I want to be an
You're picking up on that, huh?
I want to be an actuary.
Oh!
I want to be an actuary to make lots of money.
I am an actuary.
You're not.
I'm a Spelunky actuary.
You're not an actuary.
Yeah, I am. I'm a Spelunky actuary.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can deceive yourself all you want, but...
I'm an actuary.
Okay, look. Doesn't that door look part of the background too?
It
sort
is
of
part,
like
it kind of does. Remember, this is the microphone. If you're covering it up, no one can hear me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No one can hear me. I like how I've subtly portrayed you as a narcissist.
Have you?
Kinda.
I don't think I'm a narcissist.
A narcissist?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
I never turned into a flower. Which narcissists are wont to do.
They are wont to do that.
This man knows how to throw a boomerang. That man does not. Okay. This man knows how to throw a boomerang.
Am I wasting my day? Yes.
Well, doesn't that go without saying in a manner of speaking?
Yeah, when you're playing Spelunky, it does.
Okay. This is worrisome.
It's like uplifting to me to watch you play it. It's such a colorful, weird game.
I know. Kali still seems angry with me. Well, screw her. She's not a very nice lady, then.
Why is she so angry with you?
Because I accidentally had a boulder roll over her idol, or her altar.
Well, Kali is very particular.
I know, she is. She's like, God. She wants people to... What does Homer say?
She shows you no mercy.
Okay, Kali has forgiven me.
Unless you do exactly what she tells you.
Kali just forgave me. Because I did what she told me to. I sacrificed a bunch of animals.
I shall show you no mercy.
Are you just quoting Khaleesi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I'm not big of a dork.
Yeah, you are. Okay, that man just fell down. Oh my god. One of those guys just died. What the hell happened to him? I hope something brutal.
I'm actually shocked that more of these guys don't kill each other.
They do a lot of the time.
I hope so.
I know.
Because it doesn't.
They deserve it.
Doesn't make physical.
Am I right?
It doesn't make physical sense otherwise.
Okay, we need to take care of this Joker.
What Joker?
He's down there.
Shopkeeper?
Yeah.
I think that was gonna help, really. Oh, I guess it did.
It almost did.
Wow. I think that's... Wow!
Yeah!
I was like, those are pretty hopeful tosses. You can't even see where they're going.
Alright. It's time to corpse this shit.
Okay, so we talked about Maybelline. That was boring. AJ got me some mascara.
Yeah, why did I want to talk about that? Oh, because there were like 500 fucking types of Maybelline. Like...
Mascara.
Yeah, and eyeliner that, like, I was supposed to get very black or...
It's a stand...
What was the...
It's just a standard mascara.
Well,
it's
yeah,
like
yours was the only one there that wasn't, like, in a fancy, like, multicolored thing with the label illegal length, or stiletto, or, like, Belgian hooker, or whatever. Like, I don't know. Where's this ghostie coming from?
That's because it's like a good seller and it's an old standby, and I don't know why they keep changing their formula, but that one stays the same and it just works really well.
Is this fucking ghost on this side?
You
dickhole! Ah, that man! He got moved off the altar!
You can legitimately touch your lashes and they don't feel weird. They don't feel like they're heavy. And also...
I seriously got mascara and blush mixed up until, like, last year. Like, seriously. I thought they were basically the same thing.
Now you're gonna ghost that gem, but it's fine. Anyway, yeah. So, right. What was I going to say? Yeah, all those mascaras.
This
like,
is kind of dangerous.
Here's what happens to them. You put them on your eyes, and then you look like you have one eyelash that's clumped together.
You look like a fucking creepy mutant.
Maybe like 2 or 3 eyelashes clumped together, and you're like, shit.
You've got like one big eye block.
That's exactly what happens. I've tried that stuff before. It doesn't work. I always go back to the same
So
one.
you don't go with like Stiletto or like Belgian Hooker brand or whatever they are?
No, they look weird.
What do they... I don't understand. Why do people...
Why do people do it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're like different mascaras. No one cares about this.
I care!
Anybody...
I want to be a man of the world.
Anyone except like our great female viewer really probably will...
Video game bondage.
Video game bondage...
Might be getting something out of this, if you know what I mean.
She might know what the hell I'm talking about.
Oh, shit, son.
Woo! Video game bondage, what's your favorite brand of mascara? Just out of curiosity.
Maybe she doesn't use it. Her name's Video Game Bondage. Maybe it's Stiletto.
Maybe her point is that she's so bound to video games that she doesn't want to make half the time like me.
Is it like... I don't understand how Video Game Bondage is supposed to work together. Is it like 2 different things? Like video games and bondage?
I don't know.
Or maybe you're right. God, I'm playing like fucking Ring Around the Rosie here with a shithead.
Told you.
What did Megaphone69 say? That ghost seems... Ah! That ghost seems like a really nice lady, but... I'm cliterate or something. Cliliterate.
Ooh, Megaphone.
Oh, Megaphone, you riot. You scoundrel.
Who was the one that said... It was Bladed Edge. He was the one that's like, conferences always were fun.
I already talked to him about that.
Oh
my god, I missed with that, man.
I saw that comment, I just like laughed out loud.
No.
And AJ was like, I bet his parents were professors, so he doesn't really...
said when he was younger, most of the traveling his family did was at academic conferences.
So you can obviously pick it up, and so I thought that was like hilarious, because I was like, oh, he just doesn't even know.
Yeah, we got the camel off!
His parents were probably in misery for several days.
When I was a child... Oh, so when I was in high school, I was on a thing called the WTHR Brain Game. WTHR was an NBC affiliate for the Indianapolis area.
Hold on, I need to say one more thing to Bladed Edge. Maybe they weren't in misery, because this might have been in like the 70s, and that was like the heyday for academic humanities, whatever.
Yeah, that's when they were all like having orgies and shit.
And they had jobs. And the
jobs
job market,
and orgies.
The market wasn't oversaturated yet, so maybe it was a better time. Maybe we're not being fair.
No, that could be.
I mean, who knows? Anyway, I just wanted to say...
Firing in the air.
It didn't used to be as... The market wasn't as oversaturated and horrific as it is now. And they just continually remind you of that, how you will never get a job no matter how hard it is that you work on your dissertation.
They never remind you of that.
They do all the time. What are you talking about?
I don't pay attention.
Because if you did, your mind would just be like, whoa, this is
If
bad.
I did, I'd be fucking depressed out of my mind.
That, or you'd be like, wow, I'm doing something really irrational with these years.
Yeah, I can see that making sense.
So you just block it out. It's like you don't even hear it.
I don't.
No. It's like somebody who was a child who's like screaming. At a certain point, they just stop listening. You know? The neighbor's like, what the hell? And you're like, what? I didn't even notice.
Alright, we hit that guy in his noggin.
Anyway, back into your childhood adventures.
Yeah. So I was in a thing called the WTHR Brain Game. It was like a Quiz Bowl trivia team. And, well, this was one of the events that we did as our trivia team. And so it was televised, and it was like one school against the other. And it was hosted by, like, the Indianapolis weatherman. Originally, I think his name was Bob Gregory. Is that right? But then Chris Wright took over. Both were, like, not jerks, but... Chris Wright had trouble pronouncing. Maybe Bob Gregory did too. But I remember we did like a practice round before it started, and we all had our little Jeopardy buzzers. And you were allowed to to buzz in whenever you wanted. You didn't have to, like, wait till he was done reading the question. In fact, that was, like, the main strategy, was anticipating the question and answering. So, for instance, one time I, like, answered a question that was, like, name... What was it? Do you remember this?
No.
It was, like, name the singer that goes along with the band that I name. And, like, the two that I heard before, one of them was E Street Band. So that was Bruce Springsteen. And then I just buzzed in before they even asked about it. I just said Tom Petty, expecting them to say the Heartbreakers. And they did. And I was like, BAM! And I'm sure the guy that I was facing off with was fucking angry as shit because I just buzzed in before the question was even asked.
Part of it, yeah, I was anticipating the questions.
Yeah.
See, I'm not good at brain game because my adrenaline gets me to the point where, like, I can't function. Like, this is actually a
Whoa! Oh, that corpse scared me. Whoa!
This is a real thing.
Wow,
like,
that's a lot of bubbles.
With fight and
Snot
flight.
bubbles. Yeah.
You have fight and flight response. You don't need the frontal part of your brain. You don't really need to think that much. Though it helps if you can. And you just run or, you know, fight or freeze.
Yeah.
So you really don't need those parts of the brain because you're conserving energy so you can run.
Right.
So, this is if you have test anxiety, it's maybe what is happening. Well, I have horrible test anxiety. And I also, like, I don't know, if it's test plus social skills, it becomes particularly bad.
Yeah. Ah! Oh my god! Exploding frog out of fucking nowhere!
But AJ loves anxiety, if you can't tell. He was awesome at this brain game thing in Quiz Bowl or whatever it was. And
oh,
he, like,
shit, monk!
He rocked it. Like, I don't know how it was. Like,
I wasn't like team captain or anything.
No. What?
My friend Brian was.
Oh, that's because he's got good executive, like, functions. But you were definitely, like, you can absorb facts, like, I don't even get it. I can absorb a lot of facts if I'm synthesizing tons of information, and I can learn them very quickly if I'm interested in the topic.
That man just exploded that other man with a freeze ray.
And so I can know lots of things in that sense. But, like, if I don't care,
yeah,
it doesn't work. I get bored and I just want to think about something else. But for you, somehow you just know a lot of random facts that don't compute with reality sometimes. With my mode of knowledge. It doesn't work very well. But this makes you a brilliant test taker, which is quite funny to me.
Well, I accidentally taped over my brain game performances with Channel 13 with a Simpsons episode. My parents were super pissed. Yeah, so we played against,
that was more important to your parents than it was to you.
Played against, like, Beech Grove. I didn't do it on purpose. Had I known, I wouldn't have done it. But we played against, like, Beech Grove or...
Don't give too much.
No, well, they already know WTHR is, like, I don't know, North Central.
Whatever.
And, yes. Uh-oh.
No one cares about locales, but you completely
Well, I guess what I was going to say is, so if any of you guys found that, send me along. Maybe you were the assholes on North Central who beat us. Or, I don't know, I think we beat Beech Grove. Did we play against Burbuff? I think they went on to, like, win the whole fucking thing, those fuckers, private schools.
Private schools.
Anyway, Park Tudor was also real good. I'm pretty sure, the kid who played, like Mike, you know, that little blonde kid? Pretty sure he went, oh my god, those flowers. And I'm pretty sure, the guy who played Anakin went there too. What's his name? He's got a famous name.
I think he went to Carmel.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't think he went to Carmel. I think he went to Park Tudor.
No, I think he went to Carmel.
Really?
Yeah, I think he did. I could be wrong.
I think he went to Park Tudor.
I heard Carmel. I know he was in the Apple store that I worked at in college for a long time. Like, a lot of the time. Yes, we use Macs. Anyway, so...
Yes. Macintosh, quote-unquote, computers.
With boot camp.
Yes.
So AJ can...
That's how I can play Magic the Gathering.
So anyway, yeah, he would come in with, like, iPod trouble.
He's like, oh, my parents bought me an iPhone 6 before it came out, and I'm Anakin. So and nobody likes me because I'm Anakin.
No, I'm not gonna say anything else, but I just remember people would be like, oh, so Anakin was in here. And I was like,
that was your brush with celebrity?
Yeah, somebody else's brush was... I was like 2 steps removed.
Oh, it wasn't you?
I was like, no, I didn't see him. It was like 2 steps removed, Kevin Bacon style. They're like, oh, was he in here yesterday on my day off? And I was like, I'm really glad I had my day off.
Yeah, no one likes that guy because he ruined Star Wars. I actually blame him more than George Lucas. No, I don't.
No.
I don't really, but it's fun to think about how he feels that way.
Jar Jar Binks is the key to everything.
Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar is the key to everything. Jar Jar is the key to everything.
You guys, okay, seriously, do you guys know Plinkett?
Yeah, they do. They know Red Letter Media. They know what they could do.
No, do they really know?
Yeah.
No, do you know that they know? Have they commented in such a way that they
The internet, oh my god, I just went up to 17 health.
The
I should
internet
have waited.
is a big place.
And Khaleesi even got mad at me.
Oh.
If I blew up another altar, I could have a ball and chain.
Is that because she has to eat multiple hearts? Like all in a row, and she's like, I can't do it that fast.
Oh god, you keep feeding me these hearts. Too many hearts too quickly. Shit, son. There's some shit exploding.
I hope that wasn't my horse. They have a good...
Yeah, whose horse did they kill?
I don't know. But I actually find sometimes the King of Kindness. That guy, the Seraph's so smart. I really like him. I know I've said that before, but I really wish I didn't have to kill him off.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
For season 1.
Yeah, I guess we don't have to worry about that shit.
I'm telling you, you can't be like, you know, in Star Wars Episode 4, and somebody's like, you put a spoiler on. That doesn't.
Spoiler tag this shit.
So mad at you.
Oh my god, the head.
No longer watching.
Oh, it fell off. That's 15,000.
I'm not watching this thing anymore because you spoiled.
You keep spoiling everything. It's all spoiled now.
Indiana Jones, what the?
And the Temple of the Lost Skull.
I can't believe you spoiled it.
I don't really care about this dog. I don't need this at all.
I'm
got
sorry.
so much health.
Who was the one who got on me about spoiling Breaking Bad?
I don't know. Nathones?
I actually don't.
Yertle? I don't think it was Yertle.
I think it was Yertle.
Was it Yertle?
It's Yertle. I don't really have that much grudge against you. I just think it's funny to... I don't have any grudge against you, actually. I just think it's really funny to, like think about the expiration date of when something is a spoiler versus when it's not.
Yes.
For some reason, it just is really amusing to me.
For some reason, it tickles your fancy.
It does.
I don't like that phrase. Something about that is disturbing to me.
Then don't say it. I didn't really...
Why don't you not say it?
I didn't say it at all. I just thought that, like...
Just continue not to say it, then. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't think I've ever said it ever.
I
don't pretend to be British like you do.
Hey, let's talk like this for the rest of the time.
Don't. Every time AJ watches...
To allude to a Northern Liners and we say, why do we fall, Mr. Wayne? Well, I can't do that.
That's not even funny.
It's like Sir Ian Michael Caine or whatever. Michael Caine. Never mind. God damn it, when is she gonna show up? The ghost I'm talking about. Don't look at me like I'm a loser. God, my back itches from this fungal spot.
Really? Did you just touch it again?
Not with my hand. I used my leg.
You did not use your leg or something.
You're right, I can't do that.
Did
That's
you
too hard for me.
use a clean shirt to at least...
Yes, I'm wearing a clean shirt.
We have yet to determine whether it is bed bugs or...
Yeah, I don't think we have bed bugs. I need to tell myself that.
We have to tell ourselves that.
Because that would just be it would be, my life would be over.
You probably wouldn't even want to listen to us if we have those.
I know, who would want to? Unless it was like specifically a bed bug show. Like how to cope with, missed that fucker.
How to cope with them?
Yeah.
Man, you read some of those stories online. Don't read stories online about anything.
No, you shouldn't.
It'll scare the crap out of you. No matter what it is that you have. Never read stories online.
Especially if it's a disease, but especially if it's an infestation of some kind.
Never,
whatever kind.
Even if it's just disease, never read them. Medication, don't read. Just take them as your doctor prescribes.
You needed to tell people that?
Yeah.
Do you not take medication?
No, they just give you that long list of side effects. Then
I read that.
I look at them and I'm like, oh man, that one? And then you look up that one side effect and you find like 5 forums that talk about like how somebody almost died as a result.
You mean like that forum I found that taught me about how to burp throw up or whatever?
That was like a pro-bulimia site.
I don't actually know if it was, but it definitely seemed like it could have been.
You said it was. I was just like, what, AJ? Anyway.
Dean, are you a friend of Anna? I can't help but say that too. We're gonna have 18 health. Got so much it's sickening. We don't know what to do with it. We're gonna have to kill ourselves anyway. I might have to blow up in 2 different bombs.
Why would you have to kill yourself?
Because we have to go inside the head, Becky.
What, This is the
This
point.
is the part you don't understand.
Right.
There we go.
Even though there's a lot that I don't understand.
There's less than you think. Did I just... Oh my god, the head again? Did I just... Okay.
So AJ and Adrenaline.
Oh my god, we have a
Yeah, shopkeeper.
vault keeper here. And the head. Where is that other thing gonna fall? This is actually... Huh. This is interesting. Let's see what happens, you motherfucker! Fuck! My gems! Oh, there they are. They're down there. Okay, we're okay.
Okay.
But
AJ and Adrenaline. He works...
Look at... Hang on, the snake's gonna be really slippery. Look at him go.
He works really well with his Adrenaline. I don't know if you have noticed, even though he gets highly anxious and is like, oh my god, all the time. Like he,
Good impression.
well, you do. You're just like, ah! This is why I won't allow him to play the video games after I go to bed. Because, like, I just can't, I can't stand the pterodactyl screams as I'm, like, trying to fall asleep. But, like, what was I gonna say? So you do really well. I feel like you'd be really good, like, you know, trauma person. Like a heart.
Like someone who's traumatized?
No.
Oh.
Then you wouldn't be good at all what you do.
Oh.
I'm saying that I think that you would be good at, like, I don't know, being like a trauma surgeon.
I see.
And you're like, okay,
Why did I fucking do that?
Oh, he's coding? Okay, we need to, we need to do this and this and this and this and this, and you would actually...
What if I was performing surgery over someone making a pterodactyl noise? Like, and they're like, I woke up from anesthesia and all I remember was a dream about pterodactyls. Speaking of which, do you guys remember the, like, energy, like, ride at, Epcot Center? That fucking makes no sense. Can we talk about that? That's another thing to add to this. What was the other thing we said we were going to talk about? Brain game? Basically, there's not much to share about that. I was just on TV. It was my brief stint with Celebrity.
I just want to talk
Local
about brain game.
celebrity.
Was that you were good at it because of the fact that you can manage your adrenaline really well.
Right. But, what did I just mention? I have, like, no short-term memory anymore.
That's funny.
Well, what were we just talking about? Surgeons?
Yes.
I don't think we were.
Yes, we were. We were talking. I also wanted to put in. This is why watching me play Amnesia is not funny, because unless it's highly, like, engaging and, like, there's a lot of adrenaline being pumped through your brain or through your brain, through your
through my esophagus,
your veins. It's not like entertaining as much, I don't think, to watch you. And so, get your diamonds.
I will, but I need the ghost to convert them.
You've already done that.
Not this little clump.
Does it have to go over twice? Oh, that little clump.
Yeah, there are two little clumps.
Okay.
Shit, son. Yeah.
Yeah, so, right. So...
I don't even remember what we were just talking about, and I said, oh, I gotta talk about that. What was it?
I don't know.
Do you really not know?
Oh, I think... No, I don't know. I really don't.
Oh, the energy ride! Okay.
At Epcot.
Yeah. So, when I was a kid, there was this, like, kind of goofy ride at Epcot Center that was, like, the truth of energy. And it was just, like, exploring, I'm sure, like, some power companies who paid for that shit.
Right.
I'm sure it was paid for by, like, ExxonMobil.
Right.
But essentially what it was like this movie that you watch on a big screen about, like, different uses of energy, like, of all kinds, like, broadly construed. And after that, for some reason, they take you on a ride to dinosaur times in this giant cart, and there are a bunch of animatronics. Now, when I was a kid, I thought it was fucking awesome.
Right.
Now, when I became a young adult, a high schooler, this was about the same time I was in the brain game. You were there. We were on a field trip together.
Yes, we were.
So, when we went there, it was the Bill Nye and Ellen DeGeneres Presents Energy Dinosaur Ride. Do you remember this?
It was definitely different. Because
Yes.
I used to go to Disney World all the time when I was younger.
And in the middle of the ride with the dinosaurs, it tries to create the illusion that you're back in the time of the dinosaurs going through a time machine.
And we were teenagers at that
Yeah.
point.
Bill Nye and Ellen DeGeneres, your hosts, start fighting some kind of bullshit. Oh my god! That was almost it. That guy is a fucker. But anyway, Bill Nye and Ellen DeGeneres start fighting with, like, a snake. And so now there is an animatronic Bill Nye and Ellen DeGeneres there. I don't have any problem with either of these people. But, like, what the fuck was the point of that shit?
Well, it was because it was animatronic. I mean, you know, first they introduced the video in that, like, room with, like, you know, there's, like, a whole half circle or circle around you. And they're, like, talking to one another about what had happened in the past.
Yeah, so, like, they introduced them as, like, celebrity guys. Fine,
like,
whatever.
She's, like, the comedic relief, and he's, like, you know...
Like a legitimated scientist person?
No, but giving you sort of, like, you know, baby information.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Wikipedia, like, the first paragraph kind of style.
Yeah.
And, then, when you go through the ride, which is so slow.
It is really slow.
Everything seems so much bigger.
I'm actually not going to kill this alien. I think that's stupid. I already have a jetpack. I don't need to get it.
Faster and more interesting. Anyway,
When you
I
were a
was
kid?
younger, yeah. You went through, and they put handlebars on it, and it was like... It was
I don't remember
moving
that.
at, like,
They had handlebars there before.
It was like
that wasn't new.
2 miles an hour. But anyway, you went through and you actually, like, I don't know, you saw, like, all the dinosaurs. But one of them, like, Ellen DeGeneres, there was an animatronic Ellen DeGeneres, right? And she's, like, trying to, like, feed a dinosaur, and she's like, no! No!
And then there's, like, this monster that, like, strangles her, and she's like, Bill, help me get it off! And it, like, okay, the whole point of this ride is that you're, like, back in time in this misty, like, place, looking at all these dinosaurs interacting.
There's lots of mist machines.
Yeah! And now there's a fucking Ellen DeGeneres robot yelling about a giant snake monster that's around her.
Yeah.
And it totally took me out of the moment.
Well, we were both laughing the entire time.
Well, it wasn't like the sort of laugh that it was like, oh man, these Disney rides, that sure is funny. It was like,
absurdity.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, what were they thinking? I don't know. So they ruined Disney World.
No, I think AT&T really ruined it, because my favorite...
You mean when we went, like, into Spaceship Earth this time, and you were just like, how come everybody's just on Skype, but it says AT&T under it?
Yeah, Spaceship Earth used to be my favorite, right? And, now, all of a sudden, it was just a bunch of AT&T logos everywhere.
Yes.
I
On
was like,
everything. From the space shuttle thingies to, like...
Like, even the cars you got in.
Yeah, they're like, AT&T presents Spaceship Earth. Wants to welcome you to Epcot Center.
And I was like,
We
okay.
hope you enjoy AT&T presents Spaceship Earth.
I was like, I guess that's fine.
You're like, someone needs to pay for it. I guess that makes sense.
But then it just kept coming up. So Spaceship Earth was awesome because, you know, you go through time, and it's pretty neat, and you see, like, Da Vinci, like, yeah, right?
Yeah, AT&T's Da Vinci.
Chapel, and you see,
Wait, no, that's...
Was that Michelangelo?
Yes.
How sad am I?
I almost said something else ridiculous.
You almost sent it.
I don't even remember what I said.
Oh my god. Anyway, I'm not an art historian here. Anyway, but he was cool. Like, he's on his back doing it. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like what is it? The Greek what is it? It's the Parthenon, right?
That is a thing.
Yeah, where
I don't know if that's
they were
what's in
in
the ride.
masks. They're in masks and they're presenting the tragedies. You know what I mean?
Oh, that wouldn't have been at the Parthenon. That would have been at the...
It's at the amphitheater.
Oh my god. It was an amphitheater.
Yeah, it was an amphitheater, but like it wasn't.
I don't remember what it was called. Oh god.
Are you sure? The Parthenon?
Someone's gonna know. Someone in the comments will know.
No, let's look it up on Wikipedia and be like...
Well, that's fine, and I don't have to.
Anyway, so you saw them like in masks and they're like giving speeches, and that's pretty fun, right? Like, and like, oh yeah, and before that there was even like, you know, like historic times and like man and kind of a cave.
Man and beast.
Yeah, and you could actually smell like the firewood and you could hear the crackling, and that's fun.
Yeah.
And as you're like going through history.
It's really a tour de force.
It really is, and you're going through history, and I just remember this being my favorite thing ever. And then you go into the future, right? Well, when I was a child, the future was where people were basically Skyping now.
Yeah.
And like that's what was like, they were like, oh, hi kids, and it was like a dad, you know, like, you know, on his like...
Yeah, and he's like talking to
computer.
his kids who are in outer space.
No, they're not in outer space, they were at home. they were like legitimately home, and he's like, "Hi kids, how are you?" And you see like an actual person's face, and then you go to the next scene. It's like an animatronic person, and then the real kid's face on the other video.
Yeah.
And now that's just Skype.
Yeah, I know. It's not very intense.
Yeah, it's not intense at all. But like
I played video games during talking to somebody in that particular way.
Right. So it presents to you like, I guess they had to come up with a new vision of the future. I'm not really sure what it was, but that used to be the old one.
The new vision of the future is a dystopian hellhole where Google and AT&T own everything.
No, that's not what happens. And Spaceship Earth. I don't remember what they came up with, but it was pretty close to, like, they didn't get too imaginative.
They're like, we only go like 5 minutes in the future now because there's no way we can do anything else convincingly anymore.
Yeah, they weren't like, let's really take this to the next level. Where should we go? Dystopia or utopia? And we're like, let's go dystopia. And then we'll go back and we can reuse some props from the other part.
Yeah, they'll just use the Parthenon shit again.
Where they live in caves. And they're like hiding, and then they have like canned foods that they're like housing. They will do that kind of thing. Or they could have gone Utopia, where it's kind of what they were doing.
That's
before.
what they do in like the Horizons one.
No,
yeah, they did. Well, they did do
before.
a Utopia, but it was just boring Utopia.
Because it was already.
Yeah, it's like we're already here. This is our world.
And I'll be like,
it's not that interesting.
And I'll be like, but wait, like 60% of people in the world like have tried to commit suicide. And I'm like,
the only way you do it is if like the people on Skype were saying, "Isn't it fascinating how low crime rates have gotten? Wow, it's like I can walk outside in the Chengdu province again." Saying stuff like that, or like they were just all speaking Esperanto.
Right.
I don't even know.
They could have done so many more creative things, and then they just didn't. They're like, what would a utopia be like?
It's a bad idea to not pick that up.
What would a utopia really be like?
It'd
would have
be
been
like
more awesome.
Everybody would be driving a go-kart.
It would be awesome if they used their like technology because it was AT&T, and especially because they kept putting AT&T on everything. If it had been like Big Brother 1984 style, and they're like, this is our future, like in Half-Life 2, right? Like they were like, this is a police state. This is for your own good.
And then just people were getting shot around you. It was just like Children of Men.
Right, and there's like cages.
Yeah.
And, like AT&T presents the future. Right?
Yeah.
That
what would they do? It would be like some company would pay to have some other company's name on it.
Oh, totally. This is like like their competition.
Yeah.
This is a much better. I think they should have us on the drawing board, like when they're redesigning
on the drawing board.
In the drawing board.
Oh, with Travis our chance for MTGO Academy?
I don't know.
MTGO Academy presents
I think I went to like Disney World back in like, God, my parents took me from the time I was like 1 until the time I was like
101?
Too embarrassed to go get signatures from Mickey Mouse anymore.
That's...
Like, I was like...
I did that too. To be honest, it was probably never very
12.
fun.
I think my parents loved Disney World.
Okay, hang on. We just need to stand here and check out Anubis. Look what he's doing. He's having a dance with Mr. Tiki Trap.
That's great.
He's gonna die right now. Bam.
Anyway, what was funny is that I think my parents loved Disney World more than I did.
Really?
At a certain point.
You know what? My mom did too.
Like, I don't really get it, but they, like, loved it.
Yeah, mine did too.
So I never got an option to go see other things, like the Grand Canyon.
I never saw that thing that had all the animals in it. SeaWorld?
Nope.
The zoo?
Never went there.
No, we went to that, like, Kitchen Island. What am I talking about? My brain must be fucking
we never
fried.
went to Washington.
Went to, like, Holy shit.
We never went to Washington, D.C. to see history or anything.
No, I went with my parents to see history.
You did, but I didn't. What I'm telling you is, like, my parents wanted to go see a mythical land that they've already seen 12 times.
Well, I listened to a lot of Disney soundtracks in my days. And I gotta say, it did make me pretty happy. Disney World is really the most magical place on Earth. Cha-ching!
Yeah, except when they're like, let's go have breakfast at Disney in Cinderella's castle. And my parents like...
It's like $30 for a buffet that just has fried eggs in it.
That's kind of...
And scrambled eggs, probably. Oh, great, another parachute. I shouldn't even gotten that. This place sucks. Look at these fucking angry men.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, I think we would have been better planners of Spaceship Earth. I think 1984 Dystopia, where AT&T paid for another of its competitors' name to be on it, would have been actually better.
Yes.
Much better. If you agree, sound off in the comments.
Sound off in the comments if this is fucking terrifying. I fucked this up. Okay, we wasted a bomb more than we had to, but we solved the problem.
Okay.
That's the important part. Dang it, Dale, did you solve the problem?
You have to, what?
I don't know. Just, I feel like
Nor do
Hank
we-
Hill wants to say everything.
Nor do we ever go to Texas.
Dang it. I've only been to Texas, and I've been to the Dallas-Fort Worth airport a couple of times.
Yeah, I did do that.
And one time we went there, and they had a novelty giant bottle of Johnny Walker whiskey, Scotch Blended whiskey, and I was like, let's take a photo of it. And this tiny little Asian lady stood in front of it, and she was like, I'm sorry, I can't let you do that.
It wasn't one
And I was like, what?
It was in one of those like non-tariff, non-tax, whatever it is, stores.
Yeah, it was.
Airport.
And I was like, really? What is this, like, copyrighted? This giant liquor bottle? Like, I'm really not allowed to take a photo of this?
That's because everybody would want to.
Actually, that's probably what it is. They probably just don't want people standing there.
just
But I was like, what is
annoyed.
this, like, some kind of corporate espionage thing?
No,
Like,
I'm sure
what do
they're
they think?
just annoyed because it's so big. It's like it's at like my waist height.
I like to imagine that
course
they're
you
like,
imagine-
he's gonna get our plans for the whiskey bottle.
And you know you're gonna like get a.
We can't let Wild Turkey infiltrate us again.
You're gonna run to the next Cinnabon and grab a straw and pretend like you're drinking out of it and have somebody take a photo.
That's probably accurate.
And they're just like, no, not again.
Okay, let's not die here. Does that sound like a good idea?
That sounds like a good idea.
How do I get this? God, I don't want to take him anywhere. We can never take this illiterate ghost anywhere. All right. I think I've ghosted every vault.
Okay.
I'm over 500k.
Okay.
Are you bored?
Well, I mean, no. Is your
I'm not
sport?
convinced.
You've got 7 health, 35 bombs, and it looks like 12 poops to take.
Wait, what?
It always looks like poop.
Those
to
are
me.
ropes.
Oh.
That's funny though.
It always looks like poop to me.
It's all shit to me. That is hilarious. It's like, what? Hoops to take.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Alright, you die. Alright, we killed that man. Now let's throw him into that arrow. This man is a tool for us.
Did you ever see Encino Man?
Casino Man?
Encino Man.
Is that like a play?
Brendan Fraser? No, it's like a caveman comes back to life and like lives like in.
Sounds like a pretty good film.
It wasn't. It was terrible.
I am not familiar with that piece.
The only entertaining kind of spoofy movie that I've ever liked Brendan Fraser in was like The Mummy. And it had to be the original. The second one was crap.
Oh my god, did you see that fireman?
Yeah.
Let's crush him.
And The Mummy's like a guilty pleasure for me. It's not like one of those things.
The Mummy is a fun movie.
It is a fun movie.
I don't say that about a lot of movies because I don't really enjoy having a lot of fun.
We don't like blockbusters. It's not like, hey, let's go spend $20, $25 to go see this thing that we could purchase from iTunes legitimately for cheaper. So
right.
we just don't go do it because it's, I don't know, it's crowded and people are sniffling and
Yeah, just the worst part about seeing movies with people is the fact that you have to see them with people. Like, it's really disturbing.
No. I mean, to be frank, there are some times where movie experiences aren't like the people.
Are you gonna say it's rewarding?
No.
I guess like in an environment where there are like lots of noises and excitement. Like
No.
I don't know, I saw The Matrix in a time and place when I guess it made it better. I don't know.
When I saw
I really have no
when I
thoughts
saw that
about that
French movie
whatsoever.
Amour, it was pretty interesting to watch the reactions of everybody in the theater.
Yeah, that would have been a super. You gotta see it more in the theater, else you don't really feel as depressed as you're supposed to.
It's true because like what happens at the end is that
More depression.
Well, you know when the music starts up and the cues. And the movie's about two movie professors.
shit.
The movie is about two music professors.
We're just picking this shit up.
And the movie just gets really silent at the end. Like, there's less and less music. So at the end, like, you know, like cue credits, right? You think that there's gonna be music, except that there's no music. And when you're in a movie theater and there's no music, you're like, well, what's gonna happen? Like a blooper reel?
But you know it's not a blooper reel because, spoiler alert, some death just happened. And more. And love. Love and death.
We already know that probably everybody who's ever read the synopsis knows what happens at the end. Anyway, like, so, at the end, like, you're just sitting there in dead silence as the credits are rolling. And I was looking around at other people, and they're kind of looking around.
They're all like,
and they're like, what's gonna
this
happen?
shit's getting too violent for me.
No, we're just like, well, that was depressing. And you're like, we sat there all of us sat there the whole time, expecting, like, something at the end, right? But
I don't know if anybody expected anything. They're probably just too depressed to leave.
I don't think it's true, because I wanted to get out there as soon as possible. But I felt like there's something that I would be missing at the end. And then I recognized this is a really charitable reading of this movie. But what happened was that, like, you know, the thing about death is that, like, you're expecting something potentially to change, or...
I mean, you're expecting it not to happen?
You're expecting it...
But it did.
No, or you're expecting it to happen, but it just keeps dwindling, and you're just like, oh my god, when is this going to be over? If you're dealing with somebody with terminal illness.
Like, I can't wait for this person to go.
This is going pretty existential, this discussion. But, like, what you recognize is at the very end of the movie, you're kind of expecting something, and nothing happens at the end. And you're like, well, I guess it does end with a whimper. Wow, that kind of sucks. And, like, and then you just leave the theater, and you kind of shamble out like this monkey. You know,
like
this
zombie.
mummy. Or like this mummy.
Mummies!
Mummy, I can't speak anymore.
There's a mummy in Amnesia. I got to see its butt.
The point of all this is to say that watching this movie with these people... And there are only a couple of them because it was the last day that was in the theater. And I felt, for whatever reason, I felt like it was important to see it in the theater.
We need to take care of this man before I fuck up something horrendous.
And it's notable that I waited till...
Is he dead already?
It's notable that I waited until the last day to see it, by the way, because I just, like, totally didn't...
Yeah, because who wants to go to that shit?
Exactly. But that's also, that's, like, part and parcel of the thing, right?
No, I follow.
Right. So, it's like you don't want to see the movie. You have to see the movie. It's the year's best movie. It's been, you know,
Would you really call it the year's best?
Well, obviously it got an Academy Award nomination for the best movie, so... I mean,
there's the man.
Somebody thought
What's he doing
okay.
all the way over here?
Somebody thought it was fine. I didn't really get it at the end, to be honest. It wasn't something that... Oh my god! It wasn't something life-changing.
No! I, like, prepped everything! No!
Wait.
Oh!
That was a depressing note to end on multiple levels.
Oh, God. Everything can be taken from you in a flash. Value what you have in this world. Live life like a knife be hanging over your beloved by a horsehair.